Hello there, it's me Umesh Patil and I welcome you all the students in the 8th standard session of grammar. This is your first class, that is the first lesson of your grammar, that is word, phrase, clause and sentence. Today we will know about the word, phrase, clause and sentence in detail. Right, so let us begin with the video. Right, so word. What is a word? Word is nothing but it is a speech sound. It is a speech sound. Not only the speech sound, but it is known as smallest unit of grammar. It is the smallest unit of grammar. Smallest unit of grammar. So a word, we could say or we could define that a word may be just a letter. It may be just letter from A to Z. And when a group of letters, that means the word is made up of letter, or a word is formed by letters. So when a group of letters come together to form a word, it is known as a word. That means a word has some meaning. Word has some meaning. And that is what it is known as a word. And these words are used in a groups to form phrases, clauses and sentences. So words helps to form, or word helps to produce phrases, clauses and sentences in grammar. So this is what we can say about a word. Next we have a phrase. So what is meant by a phrase? See, phrase is also a group of words. Phrase is also a group of words, and these words together convey a specific meaning. Group of words, they together conveys. What did they convey? They convey specific meaning. Specific meaning. But not complete meaning. But not complete meaning. Or not complete sense. Right? So a phrase has no meaning. Phrase has no meaning. That means it conveys a specific meaning but not complete meaning or not complete sense. And that's what it does not have both subject and verb. It does not have both means subject and verb. Phrase does not have subject and verb in its way. Right? Again, what we can say about a phrase? Phrase has no finite verbs. Phrase has no finite verbs. No finite verbs. Now what is meant by this finite verb? That means verbs are not limited by. Verbs are not limited by person, number, and tense. This is what we could say about the finite verb. So the phrase has no finite verb. This is what we could say about a phrase. Hope so you understood what is a phrase. Let us see some of the examples of phrase. For example, on the phone. On the phone. Again, what we can say? We could say at the party. At the party. Third example, we can say that is very slowly. Very slowly. These all are the examples of phrase. Again, what we can say? In the evening, at sunset, by the riverside, across the desert, within a week, in a dilemma. These all are the examples of phrase. Hope so, students, you have understood what is a phrase. So, dear students, next one we have a clause. Now, what is a clause? Now, see, a clause is a sentence. A clause is a sentence which is part of now which part? It is a part of a larger sentence. So there can be the one or more than one clause in a sentence. That means it can be a larger sentence, and of that large sentence a clause can be a part of it. Okay, a clause always has a finite verb. Clause has a finite verb. Clause has a finite verb. Already we say what is finite verb. Okay, limited by number, person, and tense. That means verbs changes in it. That's what we could say that. So it has a finite verb, but it has no independent existence. But it has no independent existence. That's what we could talk about a clause. Along with this, what we can say, a clause is always attached to another clause. That means main clause in the sentence and subordinate clause in the sentence. So there can be the two clauses. Two clauses means what we can say? Clauses, independent clause, and the next one will be dependent clause. independent clause and dependent clause. So independent clause is known as main clause. Independent clause is known as main clause or principal clause, and dependent clause is known as subordinate clause. Subordinate clause in the sentence. So we can say it is a larger sentence divided into two clauses or more than two clauses. Right? Let us see the example of it. Okay. For example, he told me that he told me that he wanted some money. He told me that he wanted some money. In this sentence, we can see there is a main clause and subordinate clause. That means he told me. It is a first clause, that is main clause. And he wanted some money. It is a second clause, that means dependent clause, that is subordinate clause. And what about this that? That is joining the two sentences together. So it is a coordinator, that means conjunction. It is a coordinator. Okay, so in this way we can say a clause is a sentence which is a part of a larger sentence. Right? Hope so you understood this concept clearly. Next one, what we can say, when the two clauses have been added up to make complete sense. When these two types of clauses, for example, my friend helped me, my friend helped me when I was in great danger. Suppose this is an example. So here my friend helped me. Main clause, that is independent clause. I was in great danger, subordinate clause or dependent clause. And when it is a conjunction, that is coordinator joining two sentences together. When these two types of sentences, like my friend helped me, I was in great danger, including when as a coordinator, when these two type of sentences, two clauses together conveys a complete sense, conveys a complete meaning, that's way of process we can say a sentence. That means a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. What we can say? Group of words that make complete sense. Is called a sentence. Hope so you understood the definition of sentence too. In this way, in the today's class, we have seen what is a word, what is a phrase, what is a clause and sentence. So here I will give a small exercise to you. Let us find whether you are able to identify the following sentences are word, phrase, clause or sentences. Okay, right? So look at the blackboard and see the sentences, read the sentences and try to find out the exact word for it, whether it is phrase, clause or sentence. Right? Okay, so let us see the sentences. For example, a flying saucer. A flying saucer. You have to find out whether it is a phrase, clause or sentence. Yes, guess it? Of course, you are right. It is a phrase. So for phrase, you have to put P. Okay? See the second sentence. Second sentence is fond of music. Fond of music. Guess it, what it would be? Yeah, right. It is also a phrase. It is also a phrase. Let us see the third sentence. He is playing in the garden. What it can be? Right. It is a sentence. So S. Yeah, correct. Now see the next sentence I will write here. You have to find out. The child is. The child is. What it can be a sentence? Yeah, it is a clause. Right. It is a clause. So C for clause. Okay. And if suppose I will write there like if he was gritty. If he was gritty. So what it would be? What it would be? Yeah, it would be a clause. Right. It would be a clause. So in this way we can say that so phrases, clauses, word or sentences to be identified properly. Also this video, it would have been very informative for you. Practice all those definitions and the sentences and solve the exercise questions too as per your concern. Okay, so thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.